All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ, all of you. Please invite your friends. Uh, I'm late a little bit. Uh, we have a difficulty uh, with some issues regarding broadcast. Google having a hard time. Uh, Today, our topic is about slavery. Now, somebody sent me a video, and in the video, the Sheikh he says in Islam, slavery have only one reason, which is uh, war. War. And this is the name of the video. I'm not going to play the video, but you can search for it and you can find it yourself. Slavery in Islam, Sheikh Asim Al-Hakim. When Muslims they speak about anything, many of you, especially if the person is with long beard, like look at this beard here. I mean, this beard is big and etc. So you, as a person who is not a Muslim, or even if you are a Muslim, you will consider that this person is speak of knowledge, and there is no way he is lying or cheating or mistaken. Otherwise, why he is behind that table in an Islamic TV? And this is the same TV as Zakir Naik, by the way, which means he's from the same gang. So there is no way you will think for a second that those people are not telling or sharing the truth. So is it true really that slavery is only coming from war? There is very easy way to prove that this is a big fat lie. As an example, all of us we heard of a woman, her name is Mary the Copt, and I'm not going to use a Christian website. This is a very well-known Islamic website, and the sheikh there is a very well-known sheikh from Saudi Arabia. His name is Saleh Al-Munjid. They are asking about Mary the Copt, the Coptia, which means the Egyptian. The real Egyptian is the Coptic Christians who are in Egypt now, not the Muslims. Was Maria the Coptia one of the mothers of the believers? Mother of the believers is a term Muslims they use when they speak about any women Muhammad he did marry or she became his wife. Muslims they lie to us always and they say, yeah, Mary the Copt, she was his wife. In fact, she was never ever. And actually this is what the Islamic fatwa here, they are answering the question here because this is what the question is. Question: there was no doubt that Maria the Copt was a concubine of a messenger of Allah, and she bore him a son is called Ibrahim. By the way, I believe strongly that Muhammad never have a son, and this Ibrahim have nothing to do with Muhammad. This is why Aisha, she many times she said to him, he don't even look like you, don't you can tell? And even Omar, he wanted to kill her cousin Ibn Jurayj because they suspect it is him who was sleeping with her. The answer: praise be to Allah, as usual. The Prophet, peace be upon him, etc., did not marry Maria the Coptia. Rather, she was a slave girl who was given to him by Al-Muqawqas, the ruler of Egypt. Now, in the video, the guy right away he said, in Islam we have only one source of slavery, which is war. Al-Muqawqas was the ruler of Egypt. He sent Muhammad big huge gift, many slaves and a lot of gold. A lot of gold. So why they lie to us and they say that the source of slavery is only war? A gift. Muhammad, he opened his door, he found a bunch of slaves in the front of his house. Did Muhammad free them? No, he took them and he started having sex with them, the women and the men. He added them to the list of his slaves. I will show you from I could not find some English books or translation to read for you. This is a book. It's called الصمت الثمين في مناقب أمهات المؤمنين. Uh, this is the book about the mother of the believers. All right, page number 133. It says here, Maria the Qibtiyya, Mary the Copt, the daughter of Shamaun, which means Simon. She was a gift to him from Al-Muqawqas, the ruler of Egypt, the ruler of Alexandria exactly. And he gave him with her sister Serene, and a guy who is his penis is cut off. And the prophet, he gave Serene to Hassan ibn Thabit. So he is giving a gift, like he kept that one, the beautiful one, and her sister, she is less beauty or more older, he gave her to Hassan ibn Thabit. And not only that, actually, he gave him, let us read together what the gift is. Al-Muqawqas, he sent, the ruler of Alexandria, he sent in the year 7 of Al-Hijrah, which means the 7th year after Muhammad, he left Mecca, Mary the Copt and her sister with 1,000 weight of gold and 20 dress, which is most expensive. And he sent him a very spoiled mule, and he sent him a donkey, and some they call him Ya'fur. But by the way, the story of Ya'fur in the book of Ibn Kathir, it says different, that Ya'fur, it was not from the gift, it was from the attack of Khaybar. But here we see that Muhammad, how much he receiving money and gifts and human as gifts. But in the Islamic videos, they say the source of slavery always was and only war, which is absolutely a lie. There's a hadith where a man, he did marry a woman, and he came to the prophet and he said to him, I did marry this woman and I found that she is she had sex with someone else, and soon she will have a baby. So the prophet, he says, you lash her 100 lashes because she committed adultery before she marry you, and her son will be your slave. Additional to that, what about buying and selling? What about Bilal himself? Very famous. You see, I'm trying to use easy reference. Bilal himself was bought. Bilal, the slave of the prophet, he was bought by Abu Bakr. And Bilal, the poor man, he was begging for his freedom. He converted to Islam, yet they will not free him. To the point, Bilal, he said to Abu Bakr, if you bought me for yourself, then keep me for yourself. But if you have bought me for the sake of Allah, or for Allah's sake, then leave me for Allah work, or for Allah's sake. Somebody saying to me, Muslim pauper, so why it is wrong to accept gifts? Did not David give gold and slaves and more to God? How David can give it to God? I don't know, what does that mean? I mean, what God will do with the slaves? I mean, you Muslims are funny when you speak about something. So like David, he gave gift to God, and he gave him slaves, and God, he take the slaves and he took them to. I mean, what are you talking about? And by the way, we're not talking about what is wrong, what's right now. We are talking about lying. We are talking about lying. Why you Muslims always lie about your religion? Say, hey, in Islam we have many sources of slavery. We buy, we sell, we capture. So I'm not talking now about what is wrong and what is right. I'm talking about why you lie. Why you Muslims, why we cannot find a Muslim, he say things as it is. We say to them, the Quran says beat your wife. They say, oh, the Quran says beat them lightly. Where in the Quran says they beat them lightly? And what beat them lightly mean? So if this is the source of slavery, say this is the source of slavery. There's only one reason for a person to hide his belief, is to be ashamed of it. Correct, guys? Is that correct? Why you are hiding? Why you are lying to us? Say to us this is okay. A sheikh in TV, and millions of you are watching him. Not even single of one of you. He says this is a lie. It's not true. Why, if a Christian prince he says something, all of you jump to accuse him of lying? But when your sheikh lie in TV and millions of people watching, not a single Muslim make a video against him, says you are a liar. And this is telling us a lot about the nature of this cult. If Islam really a true belief, and the followers of Islam are true believers, they should not be ashamed of it, and they should not be lying about it. Was Bilal bought? Yes. So what do you mean the source of slavery is only war? Was Mary the Copt was a gift, and her sister and her cousin and 1,000 weight of gold? I mean, imagine, guys, they say to us the prophet was poor. 1,000 weight of gold. We do not know how is that. Is that, you know, like a truck of gold? The prophet was poor. The prophet, he have 13 wives. How a person he is poor, he can afford to have 13 wives? You know, Aisha, I just remember, hold on. Aisha once, she swear she will not talk to a guy, Ibn Zubayr, as I remember. She made an oath by Allah, I will never talk to him. Do anyone knows what Aisha she did in order to be forgiven by Allah to talk to him, because she spoke to him after she took an oath? Anyone knows? Anyone knows? Any Muslim knows what Aisha she did just because she broke an oath? What she did for that oath? She promised she will not talk to this person. Any Muslim knows? She freed 40 slaves. 40 slaves. How in the world Aisha she have 40 slaves? The Muslim, they keep saying to us the prophet was poor. Let me find the hadith so they will not say I'm making things up. Hold on. You know them, right? You know them. 40 slaves. Oh boy. I found the hadith. But look what happened. There is no translation. Guys, look at this with me. This is the hadith in Arabic. Look how long it is. Please look with me how long it is. Look how long it is. Look how look. It's, you can make a book from this hadith. And it is sahih. And look in the other side. There's no translation. What happened? What happened? The whole hadith became only 2 lines. Do you see it, guys? The whole hadith became what? 1, 2 line, 3 line, 4 line, 5 lines. What happened to the hadith? Where is the translation? This is the hadith in the front of you. Look, I'm showing you the hadith, the exact hadith. Here we go, both sides. Here we go. I'm showing you both sides. Huh? I will scroll down. What happened? What happened? We go down more. We go down more. We go down more. More. It's gone. Do you know why it's gone? Because at the end it says that Aisha she freed 40 slaves. She freed how many? Just because she broke an oath. Do you see how poor the prophet is? Aisha alone, he have 13 wives. Aisha alone, she freed 40. She did not free all her slaves. This is some of her slaves. If Aisha she freed 40, you know what? I'm not going to accept this. I will look. I need to find the translation. I mean, I'm going to get you busted in English. Hold on. Give me a second. You try to hide it from me? Okay. Good luck. Let me see. Here we go. Here we go. We found it in different place. They tried to find it here, but they forgot to hide it there. Here we go. And this is Sahih, the same hadith. This is the same Sahih hadith. This is what? The same Sahih hadith. Aisha, she swear she will never talk to this man, Abdullah ibn Zubayr. I vow before Allah that I will never speak to Ibn Zubayr. And how Aisha, she fixed that. She made a vow, and now she broke it. So look what happened. Later on, because she spoke to him, she spoke to Abu Zubair, she broke her oath, and she freed 40 slaves, for she is breaking her vow. Do you see it, guys? We found it in English, thanks God. And this is Al-Bukhari, and this is Sahih. Who won the reference? Who won the link? Who won the link? So do you see how they lie to us? The Prophet. I mean, imagine I have 40 slaves in my house. I need to feed them. What I will feed them? I have to this is not all of them. This is not all of them. This is just some of her slaves. So I freed 40. How many she have? A soldier of justice, you want to debate me? Who are you? Give me your Facebook. Let's see who you are. If you are somebody like you know, your beard is long, we will be happy to. I will call you myself. Do you see, guys? She owned 40 slaves. How many of you saved the link? How many of you saved the link which we gave you? Did you save it, guys? About Aisha, she owned 40 slaves. And by the way, this is the same hadith which we did not find a translation for it here. You see, this is exactly the same hadith, and this is Sahih. You see, the Muslim, they cannot say that this hadith is not Sahih. It's exactly the same one. Let me give you the other link. It says down at the end Sahih. So they cannot say you know Islam is weak, but we can say everything Islamic. Allah is weak, Muhammad is weak, Allah is weak, the Quran is weak, the hadith is weak, Muhammad is strong in the bed. And later we find that even Muhammad is weak in the bed, and he cannot do it. 40 slaves she freed. It's like saying, you know, a Christian prince is very poor, and he decided to free 40 camels. Where do you get the 40 camels from? Or to give out 40 cars. Let us say at that time they are like property. Huh? They are property, actually. This is what they are, slaves. So Christian prince is so poor, very poor, and he gave out 40 cars. Maybe Aisha, she won the lotto. Fahim, he said to me, in Islam we condemn slavery. Show me the reference. I challenge you. Show me. Let me speak to you as Mimi Hijab. Show me. Silence me. We condemn slavery. What a big fat lie. One of the names of your prophet, Ba'i'ul Abid, the slave seller. Not only that, your prophet actually, he used, if somebody he free a slave and he don't like it, he force him to be slave again. And your prophet, he used to have a lot of slaves just for fun, especially from Ethiopia, and those are not from war. Did Muhammad have a war and at the time of Aisha with the Ethiopian? No. So where the Ethiopian slaves are coming from? They bought them. I met Aisha. I asked her about an nabid, making wine. Aisha, she is an expert in wine. That was served to Allah Messenger. Aisha and a woman, they are talking about what is the wine you serve the Prophet of Allah. Aisha called the Ethiopian slave. You see here, they put it servant. This is not a servant, this is a slave, Jariya, and said, ask her about it, for it was uh, he, I mean, this is translation, her, not he, who prepared the nabith for Allah Messenger. Hmm? And here you will see that this is a wine. They cannot say this is not a wine. Who won the hadith? Who won the hadith? She tied it up to make it, you know, like this is how you make the wine. You know, you put uh, uh, you put the juice and you tie it up in the heat, and it's going to, you know, by time it's going to turn into something else. Hmm? So here, this is a servant to where Aisha she is getting her. She is captured in a war. She's an Ethiopian. This is the hadith for the one who won it. Let us post in the text. Let us see how many of you save reference. So later you don't ask me where this is from. All right.